Stepping up to the couch, it's Bryant, who led the league last season in cracked screens. But with his new athletic case, it looks like that won't be the case. Touchdown, Bryant!
Start, and all of a sudden it's been injuries that have plagued him.
Short yardage to pick up on third down. And the spot's not a favorable one for Temple.
Rex conducts this offense looking always at the safeties and trying to put his team in the best play.
Jones lobs it up for Ramming, who was the motion man. He breaks away inside the 20, slips one tackle, and the second on the shoelaces prevents him from getting 6. Back here, Kirk.
A little wild devil.
Jones comes in motion. Harris tumbles toward the goal line, and he's in for a Duke touchdown. Brother, and how passionate he is about the relationship that he had with his brother Cliff, and the way that they bonded over something very interesting. Here's a breakaway on the kickoff. Temple's trying to even the score as Isaiah Wright breaks away, the American Conference Special Teams Player of the Year. Fractured his ankle and had surgery in early November. Russo keeps it. He's got space cleared in front, tumbling at the goal line. And he's got a touchdown. Who had the touchdown run for Duke at the opposite end of the field. Harris throws. His pass is caught by Daniel Helm, the tight end, just shy of the 40-yard line for the first down. Couple of games, losses against Clemson and Wake Forest. Waiting for that screen to get set up, and the ball is intercepted by Randall. There he goes the other way. A pick 6 for the senior Delvon Randall.
Of the single-digit number 2, just watching Delvon Randall on the left side of your screen, and we call it lying in the weeds. Lying in the weeds. Make sure no one sees you, and once that ball is thrown, he attacks. Understanding where he can go with the ball, but also watch his shoulder manipulation.
He stands tall. The defense wins that battle as Jones ends up on his rear end.
And former Temple coach Matt Rule.
So it's a Temple trifecta on a Thursday. Up top, intercepted. Brandon Feemster has the Duke interception. Ball comes loose at the end of the play as he goes down to the 40-yard line.
First of all, Brandon Feemster, make sure you put this on your highlight tape. This is what I call clinic tape, Mike. You know why? Because he's what we call in phase.
Jones, a strong pocket on third down, looking for Ramming on the crossing route, and it's 4th and 6. So 8 o'clock this morning, it was pouring down hard. Here's Russo with time, incomplete. 3rd and short. The throw is intercepted. Second pick of the afternoon for Temple. Linwood Crump, the junior corner, has his 3rd takeaway. Third down, the throw is past the sticks, and that's a Temple first down. Offensive coordinator praised above all his maturity is what led him to get the job and keep the job. His pass down to the 10-yard line for Broderick Yancey.
It may have touched the goal line.
On his second try, he's not denied. Rich Travato has his 4th touchdown of the year, and Temple's lead is up to 12. Yeah, takes on number 20 Syracuse in the Camping World Bowl, and it wraps up with Iowa State, Washington State in the Valero Alamo Bowl. Nowhere to go for Jones except to the turf. Sacked again.
To take off and pick up some extra yards.
3rd leading rusher on the team this year. Almost picked off again. He unloads to Taylor.
Responding after the score from Temple.
Sustained drives from both sides. And looking to go deep, he does. Jones for Taylor. It's a Duke touchdown. 34 yards to the wide open wide receiver.
Sack, but I'm telling you, I already know Brandon Hill's like, you stole that from me.
Hill, the linebacker, getting his 4th straight start with injuries to both starters for Duke at the linebacker spot. Joe Giles, Harris, and Ben.
We'll see come next year under Manny Diaz.
All sorts of time. Throw is on the money. for a first down to the 45-yard line.
Individually, getting to know him and see where they can excel on his team.
Russo's short pass turning into a big gain.
Coach Diaz leave, but they understand opportunity presents itself. Got to take that opportunity.
Russo goes back corner. He's got a touchdown. Broderick Yancey, his first touchdown of the year. Temple continues to score. It's an 8-yard strike. Jones gets sent on the run. He threw it behind Lloyd, who still turned to make the catch. Jones goes up top again. And Reming has the touchdown. A 22-yard toss. He put it in the bucket for the second time today. And this is it. Season's over after this one. Solid pocket, Jones to Reming. How about the way he carried that ball to the ground, just gripping it in the left hand.
Dynamic safeties in all of FBS.
Duke wants the equalizer, and Jones is in with it untouched. 27 all. Full coach for 4 years, took them into the American Conference. He won a conference title, their first in almost 50 years. And then Jeff Collins, 2 years and 2. Blitz off the edge, and the throw falls short. Duke's pressure pays off. To block it out as of late has been whether or not he'll choose to enter his name into the NFL draft. He says right now his mind is not yet made up, but if he continues to play like this and hit TJ Reming for big strikes, he may have no choice but to go to the league. It's 85 yards. The touchdown from Jones to Reming.
All 5 of them. And Darnold, you may see teams want to take a shot at Daniel Jones early on and start.
A lot of great guys, guys that he can mentor from. And that's one thing Daniel Jones says that has been so important in this process. You know, Coach only spoke with Daniel one time leading up to this bowl game, just one time about this process.
Their scheme a little bit has confused them, much different than the first half.
And Temple's going for it on 4th down. Nobody back deep for Duke. Russo sees it, and his lob is too long. Incomplete, turnover on downs. Second and short, the injured Temple Owl was Delvon Randall. He of the pick 6 earlier in the game, taking back the pass from Quentin Harris. Does that bother? Jones on first down. Reming is out near the 5-yard line. First and goal, Blue Devils, with either 3 or 7. Jones to the end zone. Touchdown, Duke. Jake Bobo, the freshman, has his first career touchdown. Temple's going to have to hope down the stretch here. Its defense can live up to the billing. They're just going to have to hope to hang on right now. Having to fall back on it at the 10-yard line. Connor Bowler, quarterback, split out wide. Reming, the wide receiver, takes the snap, hands it off, and that's a Duke touchdown for Britton Brown. Speak for itself.
It should.
But in the current landscape, it doesn't.
But if you beat 2 SEC opponents along the way, that definitely should get more attention into the expansion of playing. He's only a redshirt sophomore, but you know what all changes next year for Temple.
No whistle. Duke has the ball. And Duke has a touchdown. Leonard Johnson recovers there on a ball that looked like it would have been ruled an incomplete pass, but no whistle ever blew.
The backside, the reserve linebacker starting for Joe Giles Harris. I don't know if he had his ball long enough. He took 2 steps and was at a football move, but that ball is punched out by Brandon Hill.
After review, the receiver did not complete the process of the catch. It is an incomplete pass. It will be 4th down at the 27-yard line.
There's something to be said for that with the way that Duke finished the regular season. Now here's the pass. Jones Back to Harris, who's got an army in front of him. 3 blockers lead the way as he takes it inside the 20. They're going to make him feel the pain with some trick plays. Jones with a slant end zone touchdown. Davis Copenhaver extends his Duke tight end touchdown record to 12 so drastically, unless he really means it.
No, he was real. He kept it real with us, telling us they expected a much different outcome on their season. They expected this team to, first of all,
Russo across the middle, nearly picked off by Javon Jack. Kyrie and Harden back up their Christmas Day 40-point performances. Sports Center, it's after Baylor and Vandy. Interception number 3 of the day for the Owls defense. Well timed as Benny Mills.
On a game in which you've scored 6 touchdowns, 5 throwing, 1 pass. 5 throwing and 1 running.
Ball comes loose as Rich Ravato, the fullback, was on the run. Duke says they've got it, and they do. Of the gumbo today, going to charity as well. So for a good cause to set a Guinness World Record. Quentin Harris taking the snap here for Duke, up 56-27.
Always makes it difficult. There's
another one. Holmberg at quarterback for Duke. Daniel Jones-esque run out toward midfield.
You got an upperclassman type level, and I think it's his arm that gets Clemson to the national title. And seeing how they do for television early in the season, but I've always said, why not hold off the rankings until October? Because we truly don't know which teams are good, which teams are going to be bad.
So Duke, 35 unanswered in the second half, comes away with a 56-27 win.